Full glad am I that for thy safe return. Lady Alisaie hath appraised me of thy many experiences. As thou wilt doubtless be aware, Master Louisoix was my lady's grandsire. Gravely concerned was I for her safety, but 'twould seem I need not have been so. With all my heart I do thank thee for watching over her. But come, thou must speak with Mistress Alisaie upon that which transpired within the binding coil. May it serve to bring us closer to the truth of the calamity. Shall we begin then? Ariane, I understand you have a report of your own to share with us? Aye, my lady. Even as thou didst emerge from the depths, an etheric disturbance betokening primal activity was observed. In Mordona was it marked first. By comparison of time and magnitude, we have since deduced its origins. The Cartano Flats. Strange. There have been no reports of primal activity in that region. It could only have been Bahamut. That would certainly explain how he came to be in northern Thanalan. Somehow, the cavern took us all the way from Vilebrand to the heart of Aldenard. It would seem so, my lady. It is all but certain, then, after Bahamut disappeared 5 years ago, he hid himself deep beneath Cartano, and has since laid dormant, regenerating. Aye, my lady. Taken together with thine own account of Bahamut's continued presence, the land's slowness to heal and the disorder of the etheric currents do point to one conclusion. Bahamut stirreth. If left unchecked, the primal shall drink of Eorzea's life force, till he doth waken to reign upon thy land. Rest assured, I do not mean to give up, Sophie. Bahamut may still live, but so too does grandfather. For the past 5 years, he has been keeping vigil over his nemesis, making certain that the primal does not escape. Master Louisoix doth yet live? I durst not hope. And thou art certain 'twas no mere manifestation of thine all too sorely felt grief. I know how desperate this may sound, Ariane, but I saw him with my own 2 eyes, as did Sophie. But he vanished deeper into the labyrinth before we had the chance to speak. 2 more like fragments of Dalamud pierced the earth when the lesser moon fell. One we have seen. If we can but find the other 2, I am certain that we will find grandfather as well. If thou so believest, my lady, then I too shall have faith. If it please you, I shall notify the Grand Companies of this development. All Eorzea must stand united if we are to avert a repeat of the calamity. That will not be necessary, Ariane. Being the great conciliator that he is, Alphinaud will seek to unite Eorzea of his own accord. If rumors are true, that endeavor is already well underway. So, let us leave the diplomacy to the diplomat, while we continue our investigation of Bahamut. I swear to you, no matter what it takes, we will find my grandfather, and uncover the whole truth of the calamity. Sophie, you have heard me swear to do these things, but without your strength, I cannot hope to make good on my word. The danger to Eorzea is not past. For the sake of all who abide here, I pray that you will ever be our sword in the darkness. A crystal-choked abyss lieth beneath the Cartano Flats, the unholy cradle of an elder primal, and by thy hand, where truths great and terrible rested from those once celestial depths. Yet, as is oft the case, an answer doth breed a profusion of questions, and the unknown doth beckon with irresistible allure. Ne'er have the mysteries of the Red Moon lain so neatly within our grasp. Lady Alisaie has sent word of her coming. 'Tis time once more to brave the precipice and leap unflinching into the jagged wound that doth gape beneath the land. Mine apologies. I trust I have not kept you waiting over long. Sophie, I am both delighted and reassured to have you at my side once more. I would not waste your time with trivialities. Let us proceed directly to the discussion of that which we have learned and that which we hope to learn anon. Initially, it was evidence of a new primal that led us to delve into the cavern beneath Castrum Occidens, and to explore the subterranean scars left after the fall of Dalamud. As you will well recall, what we found was a vast, largely intact fragment of the fallen satellite, and within the depths of that structure we discovered not the new primal we had expected, but the broken form of Bahamut himself. Yet even this great revelation would soon be overshadowed by the appearance of my own dear grandfather. I have since shared our sundry findings with Rembros, preeminent scholar of the sons of Saint Coinage, and he, in turn, did kindly furnish me with his theory concerning the Elder Primal's Allegan prison. 'Twould seem that Dalamud was constructed to gather unto itself the rays of the sun, and thence channel this radiant bounty unto the Crystal Tower. The ancients saw great potential in Bahamut's capacity to manipulate energies of otherwise unmanageable magnitude. 'Twas for this reason that they did bind him within the Red Moon to serve as its living core. Do you remember the sight that greeted us at the culmination of our journey? The colossal device that surrounded and seemed to cradle the incomplete form of the Elder Primal? From the information provided to us by the sons of Saint Coinage, we have learned that these contraptions were termed internment hulks, and that each bore the designation Ragnarok class. The purpose of these hulks is believed to be twofold. First, they are meant to act as binding coils, rendering Bahamut incapable of escape. And second, they are meant to feed him. Perversely, the selfsame energy which prevents him from moving also serves to sustain his corporeal manifestation. Bahamut is permitted neither to die nor to truly live. He merely is allowed to be. For century upon century was the Elder Primal thus imprisoned, bound about in fetters so subtle in their working and yet so adamant that, though his cell be destroyed, Bahamut lieth yet at the mercy of this long-departed captors. It has long been held that the primals require the prayers of their faithful followers to exist, yet none alive worship Bahamut. Could it be, then, that the Allegans found a way to simulate prayer itself? It seems the only logical explanation. I would postulate, therefore, that the regenerative mechanisms in question also supply something akin to the power of prayer. Consequently, if all of the internment hulks were to be rendered inactive, Bahamut should dissolve into the aether. Upon the evidence of thy previous foray, we determined that the Elder Primal is sustained by 3 such binding coils. Thus did we commence to scour the realm, and found in the Twelveswood an as yet unexplored fragment of the Lesser Moon bearing a most familiar etheric signature. And after conducting a preliminary investigation, we believe we have discovered a point from which this North Shroud fragment and the second of the internment hulks can be entered. As Eorzea's sword in the darkness, I would have you once more lead the charge. I will, of course, be there at your side. Once you have made your preparations, head to Fallguard Float and make yourself known to my assistant, Serpent Lieutenant Anael. The fallen fragment is not far from the settlement, and her position provides a convenient rendezvous point. I will break these Allegan fetters. For they bind my grandfather as surely as they bind Bahamut. Sophie Hiscaris, I have been expecting you. My name is Anale. I have been accorded the rank of lieutenant within the Order of the Twin Adder that I may better assist Lady Alizae with her endeavors here in the Tweleswood. Such authority has allowed me to act without interference from the local soldiery and to conduct a preliminary investigation of the Alder Springs fragment. From what we have seen of the exterior, the structure shares many common features with the one you explored in Lenosha, and likely plays host to a similar complement of guardians. But I fear words alone will do little to prepare you for what lies ahead. Pray, seek out my comrade to the south and west. He is charged with observing all that occurs in the vicinity of the fragment, and will be well paced to show you the things, if nothing else. All right. What business brings you to this broken land? Unless you fancy being ground to a bloody pulp under the granite fist of a wandering golem, I suggest you bugger off. Oh, my apologies, madam. Lady Alizae did send word of your impending arrival, but 'twould seem I've grown rather too accustomed to shooing away curious sellswords and reckless explorers. Behold, if you will, one of the fallen shards of the Red Moon Dalamund. Our initial survey can uncover no evidence of the Empire's presence, which, while fortunate in itself, means that the approach to the fragment had yet to be cleared. After much effort, however, we succeeded in carving out a semblance of a path which should grant you access to the entrance, and that, I'm afraid, is where the progress ended. The interior? Well, assuming that the architecture of this hulk resembles the first, the master controls you seek will be located on the bottommost layer, past all the ingenious and deadly defenses of which the ancient Alligans seemed so indecently fond of. If you would know more, I'm afraid there is nothing for it but to brave the depths of the fragment yourself. Lady Alizae will soon be arriving at Foglord. Pray do not tarry on your way back to the lieutenant's post. I imagine our young mistress will be most eager to commence the expedition. The road ahead promises peril aplenty, and I would humbly suggest that this is not the occasion to stint on preparation or provisions. May the 12 watch over you. Mistress Iscaris, I trust the private's explanation was worth the journey. Simply securing an approach to the fragment's entrance proved a monumental task. I dare not think that what defeating its interior defenses will entail. If there is aught I might do to aid you. Ah, Lady Alice... Oh, my apologies. Master Alphino, has there been a change of plan? Ariane J informed me of the impending expedition. I merely came to exchange a few words with my fellow scion before she disappeared into the depths of the second coil. Sophie, though I would strenuously deny if it were she present, my sister's admiration and affection for our grandsire exceeds even mine own. Upon the matter of his legacy, therefore, Alizae is wont to go above and beyond the call of duty. In our grandfather's absence, she has made the salvation of Eorzea her personal crusade. 'Twas that which prompted her to brave the perils of the first coil. Yet the fact that she risks her life in this manner is not the greatest of my concerns. Nope, it is her subsequent fixation upon my grandfather's shade that worries me most. This quest to rid the world of Bahamut must not become a quest to save a man long dead. My sister must needs have a better reason to fight. A time will come when the fate of the realm rests upon our shoulders, and when it does, we must be strong in our resolve, and certain of the stakes for which we risk all. There is a wide difference between fighting for the good of Eorzea and fighting for the love of a man who died for the good of Eorzea. Alice must choose her own path. She cannot rely on grandfather to choose it for her, for he is gone. I am glad that it is you with whom she makes this journey. If Alice is to discover a deeper purpose, then where better to find one than at the side of Eorze's greatest champion? 'Twas there that I found mine, after all. But 'tis past time I was gone. Fair fortune in your endeavors, Sophie. Ah, Lieutenant Annalay, was it? I would appreciate you making no mention of my presence here to my sister. Lady Alisaie is due to arrive at any moment. I shall abide in confident expectation of your triumph return. Interesting. So this is like outside of it. I thought that we would be inside it. Whoa. That I did not expect. How strange. Why could we not see all this before? I suppose it is only to be expected that corrupted crystals should accompany a disturbance of this magnitude. After all, the fragment likely pierced the ground to a depth of many hundred yalms. The swirling aether leaking from the wound must warp the very air, creating a veil that hides these formations from view. Well, it is not as if we expected this to be a straightforward task. Let's tread carefully, shall we, Sophie? 'Tis imperative that we win through to the depths of this structure and disable the mechanism that powers Bahamut's regeneration. Of course, if we should chance to encounter my grandfather upon the way, I shall not let him go again. Not while there is hope that he may yet be saved. But mayhap we should put such thoughts from our mind until after we have successfully gained entrance to the place. That opening up ahead appears to be suitable point of ingress. This is kind of cool. I've never seen any of this. So we got turned around backwards there. Oh, I bought this thing before, but obviously not this one exactly. But you'll see this monster show up again later. Probably run in there and help. I'm sorry. I was typing. I mean, I don't really have to help. They're the ones carrying me. I'm not gonna do anything one way or another. And now we get to enter the second Coil of Bahamut.